Good afternoon, everybody. Today I would like to introduce one of the beautiful codeciform plant from Namibia known as Cyphostemma juttae. This plant is among the very gorgeous body structure with a large, thick, succulent type of leaves, and it is growing in semi-tropical, very dry and hot environment in Namibia. Sometimes called elephant foot or wild grape. This plant has a tendency of growing very large and also provide very beautiful flowers and seed pod. This species, Cyphostemma juttae, is the most common of the entire gene, because in the gene of Cyphostemma, which you will see in the future on my channel, there are going to be some species that extremely very rare. So I have prepared them, and hopefully in a very soon timing they are in line to be videoed. It is a member of codeciform family, reaching diameter up to 1 meter. This is called the codex, and this area can reach up to 1 meter diameter. So in other words, this plant is among large plants, and also the height goes to 2 meters. Later on in this video you see one that I have put in the ground that is very giant. This is a very slow growing plant and is among the succulent trees, and the leaves are sort of bluish green with serrated edges, which is right here. In the winter, it will lose the leaves, which they call it shedding, or also dormant or dormancy. So if that ever happens, if you have one, do not worry. It is the nature of the plant to go through that cycle. They bloom in the summer. Flowers are small, light, sort of cherry color, yellowish. So sometimes you see it different color, depends on the temperature. Although produce a very gorgeous fruits, and they are technically green, so then they turn to be seed pod. As you see, this particular one I have planted in the ground for technically purpose of the seed. As I have said, the fruits are start green, and they are not one or two, they are hundreds of the seed. This particular one gives me approximately about over 2 pounds, perhaps 3 pound seed, which sometimes I do not have time to propagate them. The fruits are turned to be green and slowly towards yellow, and at the end that is ripened, they are about pinkish reddish color. So after that they start drying out. Is the time to pull it out and let it dry out for the propagation. This plant is not possibly grow if you do any cutting. The best way of the avenue is the fruits, the seed pod. These fruits are not edible, so make sure it is out of the reach. So because it looks like a grape doesn't necessarily mean it's edible or anything close to that. But as far as the growing, it is a very good plant to grow by the seed, and the result is always, for the most common people, are 60 to 70%. These are the baby seed growing Cyphostemma that I used the seed from the giant one that you just saw a few seconds ago, and they are about approximately 2 years old, maybe a little less. This plant enjoys to be in the ground because when you put them in the ground, it creates a very humongous codex. Sometimes you see the leaves are burning like that. Do not worry about it. This is normal that happens. All you have to do, just cut it off because they are creating during this season a lot of new leaves, as you see right here. It's among the decorative plant for the garden and landscaping, and also can be in the pot. However, it is among the very good and exotic succulent of Africa. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was my pleasure to introduce this first Cyphostemma, and slowly from this level I exceed to the most extreme rare ones in the next few videos during this summer. However, if you like this video, please hit the button and leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, share my channel. I like you to help this channel by sharing it. This is a very good and educational channel. You will get a lots of information about African collection, which, to be very truthful with you, I do have a giant collection of these plants. Thank you again. It's always pleasure to serve you and provide you with a good video. And thank you again for your wonderful comment. Have a nice day.